Chat, we live, man. We live. I had to go post something on my Instagram. My bad though. Listen, man. I see the title. Let's get into this, man. Go follow me on Instagram at Pacman Live with two E's. Follow me on Rumble at PHC203. Let's see what Tate talking about.
The world is influence. It's always been about influence. Pitched battles in which armies go to war with machines of death and destruction is about nothing more than influence, controlling the land to influence it, to tell them what language to speak, tell them what currency to use, tell them who to vote for. It's always been about influence. The battle for control, the battle for information, people think it's a small one. Oh yeah, they control the information, but it doesn't matter, it's just a website. No, because the information influences you. And battles for influence are the only reason there's been battles since the dawn of human time. We're now living in a world where there is endless battle ongoing for your mind. They're trying to control what you see. If they control what you see, they can control what you think, and they can influence you. Once they can influence you, they can control you. Every single thing that exists out there inside of the Matrix is done so with a purpose. They don't give you the news for free because they want you to be informed. They give you the news for free because they want you to watch it so they can tell you what to think. Every class you learn in school, every TV program you watch, every website you find, all of them are created to keep your mind inside of a box. Because by keeping you inside of a box, they can keep you broke. When they keep you broke, you must adhere to society's rules and laws, even if you know they're unfair, so you have enough money to eat. This is how they control you. When I talk about the Matrix and escaping it, when I talk about the real world, I'm not talking just about being able to give you real information. I'm not talking about a system which exists completely.
Y'all understand what he's putting down, though, right? Yeah, again, right? You gotta escape. Free thinking. Don't let these people have to you. You know it's right. Stop going with all the sheep. Gotta go against the tide.
Outside of the Matrix, our own servers, our own banks, our own payment processors, our own constructs that prevent the Matrix from shutting us down. I'm also talking about a way for you to earn money in ways they don't tell you. When's the last time you've sat with any of the Matrix-approved systems, any school, any TV program, any financial planner, and they told you exactly how to make money? They don't tell you that because once you're rich, you're free. This is why they cannot have you earning money. This is why you must stay inside of your fucking box. This is the whole point of all of it. The real world is something that I have built. It's something I was planning for a very long time, and after they canceled me, I accelerated my plans. The real world uses its own servers hidden beneath a mountain, armed guards defend them. The real world has its own processing power, its own banks. The real world cannot be shut down, it cannot be censored, it cannot be stopped. They cannot tell me what I can say. The information is truly free. And this is how I will teach you how to make money in ways you have never heard of before, never seen before, and will never find access to these tools and this information anywhere else on the planet. We're in the middle of a cultural shift. One of the biggest mistakes they ever made was banning me. This annoyed God, because God knows the truth in my heart. He knows I do not lie. God is on my side. Elon now has control of Twitter and is opening up people's minds to free information. Meta, as a company, is tanking. Mark Zuckerberg went from the third richest man in the world to the 29th richest man in the world. YouTube stock is down. Rumble, where I am, the stock is up. People are starting to understand if you want the truth, you have to go to other platforms.
Go to Rumble. Follow me on Rumble at PAC203. Follow me on Rumble. Don't just video. Hit the follow button, man. Subscribe to you, man.
Other platforms are starting to prosper all across the internet. Information is becoming free again. Influence is diversifying. The Matrix is cracking. And if you want to escape, I'm waiting for you inside of the real world.
I better get up in there, man. He done changed a lot of people's lives. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm from firsthand from listen, I done seen a lot of videos come forward about people saying they changed their lives. I know a lot of videos on them saying just on a review of the Hustles University, but a lot of people that were in it for real done changed their lives. Like a lot of people just started doing their own thing. They stopped going to the 9 to 5. They do copywriting, they do content curation, they do a bunch of stuff. It's a bunch of stuff. They do stocks, they do forex, they do crypto, they do. It's a bunch of stuff, man. People are doing out here, man. I better tap in, man. The real world. That's the new. That's what Hustler University is gonna be. Hey, yo, I was just watching Sneako though, man. Sneako funny as hell. He was on Omegle for a while. Bunch of nonsense. I want to get into this video though, man. Get into this fresh and fit, man. Sneako. Hey, give me a second, man. This shit taking forever to load up. This shit taking hella long, man. Hey, chat, how y'all night going, man? Yeah, workout. I hope y'all ain't sleep all day. All right, let's get into this. Fresh and fit.
Riverside. Guys, if you're still recording your podcast on Zoom, do yourself and your listeners a favor and start.
Ladies, stop being delusional. Even if you're 30 plus, work out, eat healthy, and everything possible, your body/uterus isn't young anymore.
Yeah.
High value men want a legacy with a worthy woman, and if you can't give that, we don't want you.
Right. Agreed. Agreed.
You have something.
Men want youth and beauty, and fertility is tied to youth. It's just the facts. Like women want, they want men that are, how would you say it? Experienced. They want experienced men, and that comes with age, or trauma, or stuff. You go through stuff in your life, and a lot of it comes through age.
You can say to that. Go ahead.
No, I don't have nothing to say.
I just don't get it. It's like men don't want hoes.
Super disappointed.
Yeah.
You guys don't want hoes.
Yeah.
You guys will fuck a hoe that's been ran through.
Yeah.
And you will fuck up your whole family for a hoe.
You're missing the point here. The hoe doesn't have the relationship.
Yeah, but what if your woman just leaves and you just messed that up for a hoe that's been ran through?
Well, this is why we tell guys to be honest. But again, this is why women got to put their ego aside and understand that men are always going to want to have sex with other girls.
Yep.
I feel like those are men that are just like, no offense, but I think that those are like the general, like the basics. Most of us, we will always go for the exception, of course, because you don't want
And what is the exception?
everything around
Define
there.
the exception, man.
And to be honest,
I guarantee you. Listen, women like to say they're an exception. Like this one right here, say she's an exception to all the rest of them. But I guarantee you, the copy and paste personalities are there's no different. This is a white woman and this is a black woman. I guarantee you, similar personality traits. Probably full of themselves. They think they deserve the most. They probably don't preserve themselves. They're very probably argumentative. That's crazy. They say they're different, but they all the same, man. Copy and paste. And then they all think they need to get their bodies done.
Define the
if you
exceptional
see-
man.
can you let me talk?
Well, we got to understand what we're talking about
To
and
be
have a foundation.
honest, even if you watch the news, you will see how the Miss Universe killed herself when she turned 30 years old for men like you and for men like the followers that talk like that about women. I think if you're rich and successful and you like the woman, you don't even care. You would not care about anything. Even one of your favorite, the Colombian singer Shakira, the husband, 10 years younger. You know, you don't care. When you're in love, you don't care if the person is younger, older, whatever. You just go, and that's it. But you cannot make that is like a statement, like a guy goes out there and says, you need to be between 18 and 23,
Nobody
and
said
this
that.
and that, and this and that. You said most of the guys prefer that. And I
Yes.
can tell
Then
you
most
that
of the guys are
Her problem is she sees life as a woman, so she can't talk about what men want and what we should want because we don't want what they want. We don't want bitches that are stuck in their ways. We don't want bitches that give us headaches. It don't matter how pretty you was. If you was Miss Universe, you was an astronaut, or you was whatever the fuck you was. Like, men are not into that type. So obviously, she might have been beautiful, yes. There's a bunch of other qualities, and I'll be honest. Some of the most beautiful women in the world are the worst for you because they think they deserve everything. They're not humble. They're not submissive. They haven't ever heard no. I'm going to like Saudi to get me a wife or something. I give me a Muslim wife. She got to wear the whole burqa.
I don't think that is true.
I mean,
I agree with the fact that older men like younger women, 100%.
Yes, 18 to 24 is that range.
100%.
Okay.
But, that's not the majority. There are certain ages. I think if you're successful at 30, you're not going to marry someone that's 18.
So
True. Bro, what the hell?
You think?
Like, we literally stated a fact. Women are most attracted to men between 18 to 24. That is a fact. You refuse to accept the fact, and you think, well, I think and I feel like, well, we know that this is what it is. I mean,
for that type of men.
If I tell you
on statistics don't have the exception, don't have the people that stand out from the crowds, don't have that stuff.
You can't make an argument for an exception to the rule. You can't make an exception for the 1%.
You can't make an argument for men because she don't know what men want, and I guarantee you she's single. I guarantee you majority of this one is single. You can't tell people what men want because obviously you're not. I don't see a ring on none of her fingers at all.
If a majority want this, you can't make an argument for the 1%. That's statistically insignificant, which means it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
And when you said exceptional men, please define these exceptional men so we're on the same page here.
What's exceptional men?
Yes, seen Fresh just that shit don't matter.
Successful, and they are even dating some of my friends. Like,
and you think they're faithful to those women?
Yes, until I'm young. Even if you're not, let's say they are not, we don't know about that. She doesn't know about that. Some things, I'm not saying it's okay to cheat. I'm not saying it's okay to cheat, but respect is really important. And you're not going to go around there just looking to every woman because she's younger or because she has a butt or whatever. Respect is really important.
Did you not
if you're happy and satisfied and pleased by your woman, you wanted this woman.
You just contradicted yourself.
She did. I don't force any guy. She didn't force any guy. He's with her because
if you don't want to be here,
he cheats,
you can go. It's fine.
I was listening to the ranting.
I don't know about that. And you said earlier, I'm going to go to sleep and stuff. So, like, it's cool.
When did I say that?
I heard it earlier.
I didn't.
I was listening very closely when Miss Columbia was speaking. That's why I
asked
you
to repeat
me.
yourself.
That was me. Because she was going in, and I was just like, I'm ready to go to sleep. That was me.
Okay. What are you saying?
So basically, what I'm saying, if you get the girl, it's your problem. No one forced you to do that. You don't have to marry someone or live together with someone. So the minimum you can do is just chill and respect.
Do you not understand that you contradicted yourself a second ago?
But I'm trying to tell you, okay, when did I contradict myself?
Because I said, define an exceptional man. You said a guy that has money and is successful. I was like, cool. Those guys aren't, you think those guys are faithful? And you said, yes, some of them date my friends. And I think you really think that they're faithful to your girlfriend. And I'm telling you, they're more than likely.
I'm 24 years old.
And then you said,
I've been in 4 relationships. I cannot tell you that one of my relationships I broken up because I knew that he cheated on me. It's been for miscommunication, distance, so many things. And there's no way that someone had told me, oh, he may be cheating. He was talking to this girl or this or that. I saw
So she broke up her past relationship or previous relationships not because they cheated, because of miscommunication. Is that like a reason to break because you have a little bit of miscommunication? Ain't you supposed to work around each other's flaws or work with each other to make each other better or to make a better relationship? This shit that these girls be saying don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense and it contradicts everything. The bottom line is women don't want to be in a relationship, man. They want multiple dicks in and out of them. That's it. They want multiple. At the same time, they want multiple. They say they don't want multiple men at once. But the actions show they want multiple men. Body count's high as hell. The thinking is off, like the way they speak, the stuff they talk about, the things they want and they do. It's just haram, man. Crazy.
Respect.
Haram.
Do you realize that you're proving my point even more? My argument is
It's just
that men are going to
disappointing.
cheat, and the higher
I think
status
it's
they are, the
maybe
more
a
they're going to cheat.
society thing here.
Yeah.
People are
And you keep
completely
educating
out of
people.
boundaries,
Yes.
respect
You know?
towards women,
Yeah.
women towards themselves, and everything is really messed
That still
up.
doesn't change the fact that
Yeah.
I am
You-
correct
you
in
know-
saying that most men are going to cheat on women.
No, you know why they are still gonna
You're
do
changing
it?
the argument.
And you know what? Why is that the majority? Because you're educating people.
So now you're
And
agreeing.
people
Incredible.
are listening to this podcast, to these people. They're gonna keep doing it. So
Men been
educate
cheating way
people
before this
so that
podcast.
the exception because the
Men been
majority.
cheating way before this podcast.
It's only two
No,
years old.
you know why?
Right.
Because it has always been accepted and validated by us, women. So please, all of the women listening, all of the guys, you can do better. Please don't be an undertake. Please don't think that this is education.
Be an educated. That's my advice. Be an educated. You want to drive a Bugatti. You want women to love you and not take you for granted. You want to be in shape. Let's say you want a bunch of money. That's the type of shit you want. You want to be able to fight on jets and shit like that. How should you gotta say nah? What are you supposed to be, the biggest ever?
Whoa.
There you go.
Wow, yeah.
That's my friend, by the
Can
way.
I say
Yeah.
something?
Here's the thing.
I'm sorry, but
You can say that, but the reality is women are attracted to men that can cheat. So nice try.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
that can
That can-
attractive, but don't do it.
They do it anyway.
Right.
Well, then I'm not attracted to.
I guarantee you the reason why you left your guy is because he couldn't and didn't cheat on you. But anyway,
What?
you got something?
I mean,
No.
I kind of feel like
Go ahead.
I feel like yes, what you're saying is
That's
factual. Everything that you're saying is factual, but then like you're kind of like teaching the population to be like, well, it's facts, so like get used to it, like it is what it is, and it's like
Yeah,
it's almost
that's
like
how
you're
No.
like grooming the society to
Yeah.
really like all come in agreement of the same thing. Like, well, ladies, you're gonna have to either accept it because he's a high caliber
Yeah.
man, but instead you should, I don't know, what you're doing.
Hold on. So what should we do then?
Ladies, get used to this. No, wait.
Please, no, please.
Yeah.
Ladies, get
please.
used to this. You
Wait,
can
wait, stop.
vote. You can don't fight.
Yeah.
I actually believe
Go ahead.
right that you're correct. 100%.
Okay.
However, let's hear your solution. Go ahead.
The men naturally want to do that.
Mhm.
But then as a society, we could teach them like that's wrong. Like, and a woman doesn't have to deal with it. And like, yes, the woman will stay because she's up in the penthouse and she has the trips and all that and everything. So like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if we're going to win or anything, but like, I think this podcast specifically is just like, spreading
so
more,
you're telling-
spreading
hold on, hold on.
information.
But I
So
also
you're telling
feel
guys who are
hold on,
losers,
wait.
now you're like,
So you're telling us how to run the podcast.
no, I'm not
Yeah,
saying
no. Yeah, you don't have a solution to the problem.
because there's
So,
a solution.
so we're just giving guys the reality. Say,
Solution
hey, you know
is
what?
family.
This is how it is. Either adapt to it or just take it as it is.
No, and I don't
so,
think.
So
I
you're
knew
saying,
it.
oh, well, you should do it this way. What's the solution?
No. You're just, the problem is you're telling the society, like, you're telling us ladies, girls, are you going to accept it? Yes or no? Are you going to accept it? Yes or no? And it's like, no, I don't accept it.
The fact is, they know you're not going to accept it, and this is why you're going to be in and out of relationships for the majority of life. And we all know y'all arguing up here saying all men that y'all trying to say all men don't cheat. We know the facts. All men don't cheat, but the men that y'all want are going to cheat. That's a fact. And when you get older and you have to settle with somebody because you was picking the men that all along, and you look back at it, you're gonna be like, damn, them guys kind of.
But then you're telling the guys, well, that's factual. And see, 3 of the girls on the panel said they'll stay because they're in the penthouse.
I just
Yeah.
feel like
You-
I
just feel
I'm
like
not
you're
gonna
You know what's
spreading
funny? You know what's
you're
funny?
That wasn't even a
spreading the
topic.
no,
In
but
here-
I just
in
wanted
here,
to bring it
You,
up.
you give an answer. In real life, it's completely different.
Right.
So it's like you say no here, but you say yes on the side. So regardless of the fact, we're just telling the guys what it really is.
No, and I get it. Like I said, everything that you're saying is like facts, and you're laying it on a table for us to hear, and like you're giving it to us straight in the face. I feel like you are like Yeah. Well, you are just like spreading more. You're spreading it more. I mean, you're like
You do realize that this has been going on before the podcast. It's going to continue during the podcast.
Yeah.
It's going to continue after the podcast.
The same way killers like were killing, and now they learn different ways to kill better because of like society teaching them how to kill.
The same way. You can actually preach to young people or like people that are coming up. Hey, like this isn't okay. Like
if you just
And the crazy thing is, listen, they want you to preach to the young men that this is not okay, but they only want it so they can benefit. They don't care about the struggles the men go through, so they only care about them and not the men. These are supposed to be men that they want to marry and stuff like that. They don't want to compromise. They don't want to see. They don't see nothing other than the way things or see life. Or yeah, I get what I'm trying to say.
Honest relationship and respect.
I feel like men are not gonna change. They're gonna
like,
do it
because you can literally use this podcast. You just gotta
teach the women
and influence other people to do better.
Why don't you make a podcast? You do that.
Yeah, we can.
I didn't watch it.
We can.
Hey, yo, fuck for that. Okay, Fresh.
And yours is viral.
So you make a podcast. You make a podcast.
Yeah, it's viral. You want to know why it's viral? Let's peel a layer back, because all of you guys, not all, but most women are delusional to a degree and refuse to accept reality.
Yeah.
I literally had to explain to you that you're going to be less attractive at 30 than you are at 24, and you guys could not grasp it. Then you had an issue with men judging a book by the cover, but when I used an example and said, what about you judging a book by the cover? You did not bat an eye. It was, let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. All right? The reason why this is viral is because women in general, from watching this podcast, we interviewed almost 1,600 girls now on this show, have issues with the truth. We say the truth. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, I don't like it this way. I feel like it should be this way. Here's the thing. I don't run around and say, I feel like women should like dudes that are broke, 5'5", and fat. Do I say that? No. But you guys want to run around and say, men should not cheat except women that are hoes and except girls that are, you just can't handle me. Masculine ass women. No. Why is it that what you guys want is okay, but what we want is always demonized, and you guys have some negative connotation for it?
It's the same way.
Crazy.
The refrigerator is
Delusional. I swear to God, delusional. It is. Delusion at its finest, chat. Delusion at its finest. Hold on, let me load this up, chat. What's your name going? How's your name going, man? And we live, chat. We out. We lit with Sneako, man. Let's see what Sneako talking about.
Gonna be good. A good way to bring the normies and the bots into Rumble. You see how pretty much everybody recognized me, but they don't know about Rumble. So if we get those clipped up and I have the stream thing at the bottom, then we can get all the NPCs and bots. We can get them over to Rumble. They all know me on TikTok. That part where I was talking to that racist guy, remember the racist white guy who said Ching Chong and was saying the N-word and shit? That shit is gonna go viral. That got back and forth. Just make sure to censor out. I think you have to censor out white people saying the N-word. Yeah, you definitely have to on TikTok. YouTube Shorts, I'm not sure.
N-word?
T-Money, get out of my stream with these $1. I'm not reading it, bro. You said I'm with whatever. I'm gonna have to box you for it. Yo, try. You don't have Riz like me. Even if you could beat me in a fight, you don't have Riz like me. You see what I'm saying, man? John Boy to 10. Sneako, do you know any good hotels in Miami for the FNF party? There's mad good hotel. Go on Ocean Drive. Ocean Drive. The Catalina's good, nice and cheap. It's not in Ocean Drive. It's on Collins, but it's in South Beach. That's pretty good.
Chat, I think he was live on Old Eagle. Hello.
Yeah, but there's not. You don't need to just clip that. I'm just speaking to the Clippers right now. Most people don't give a fuck. There's a lot of people on Rumble just stumbling in from Steven Crowder and a bunch of all the Republican people. For the TikTokers in here, there was so much content. That whole Omegle thing, content. And what we're about to do with Myron too, straight up content. But in the meantime, I want to watch this this Andrew Tate documentary. Why were all you keep saying Fresh and Fit? Why you want me to bring on Fresh and Fit? She's gonna get corrupted.
Chat, my shit bugging right now. Let's go back and see what Sneako talking about, man.
She's mine, and she don't have a she hasn't even been on a first date, chat. That's crazy. That's all me, bro. I hope she's not watching the stream right now.
Shut up. Shut up.
If she is, I love you.
Shut up, nigga.
I miss you.
Shut up,
I
nigga.
can't wait till you feed me grapes.
Oh, shut up. Bro, why you showing your thing, like? Get up out of here,
This
bro.
is Andrew King Cobra Tate fight documentary. For the boxers in here and everything, I think this could be interesting. This is Tate. This is Andrew and Tristan 10 years ago.
Dog, nigga. Of course it was them 10 years ago. It says it right there. We could read.
Have y'all seen this before? 5 days until fight.
Chat, y'all ain't know Sneako's over here on Rumble, man. He's watching this.
Chat, you think I should put a whiteboard that says Rumble behind me, like Steve O'Neal saying?
Andrew came to me when he was, I think, 17, just short of, yeah.
And respectfully, anybody in the chat, I would fuck you up. Shut up. Stop trying to talk shit, bro. I would fuck you up.
17, nearly 18.
You won't fuck me up, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. I give you these hands, nigga.
He, of course, he grew up in America, so as you know, in the schools they do wrestling and all lots of different martial arts. I think he did a bit of judo and karate and some boxing. Nothing like in particular or too much. Well, basically, I remember him and his brother basically battering that deadly that you call a taxi to get home. He was only 5 minutes away from where we used to train or where I used to live. So he came a long way, you know. You can't. Andrew is probably.
Nobody care about you on Rumble. Go follow me on Rumble. PSC203. Pack 203. See me right there? Go follow me.
In the last 5 to 10 years, possibly the last 5-10 years, the number one person. I mean, made massive waves just for the UK and on the fight team, like full contact. You know, he knocked so many people out and he had some good fights. He didn't really lose either for a long time. He made the one fight.
Chad, I was in the club last night after the stream and I lost $50 to some random security guard at the bathroom because I put money on Adesanya. Gambling's haram. I should have learned my lesson before. I don't know why, but come on, Adesanya.
Recently, the last fight, obviously,
that was a good bet. I would have put my money.
Everybody was in the section popping bottles, and they even brought my name out on this whiteboard. Welcome, Sneako. I was in the bathroom, crowded around with 5 security guards watching the fight on a phone above the urinal.
Bomboka! So he's coming back now from the knockout, so we'll see how he will cope with that. But I know he's okay because he understands, everyone gets caught and is the way it works, and the guy that catch him.
What happened? He got knocked out or something? It's crazy. Sneako O'Neal. That's because I don't think the Omegle people can even see your watermark. Only
emotionally, fighting's a scary thing. If I had my way and I could build myself as an individual, I would have never chosen to be a fighter. I think fighting's one of those things that you're either cursed with or you're not. Unfortunately, I was born with a mind that is hard to occupy, and I find everything boring. I find the cinema boring, I find clubbing boring, conversations, family dinners, festivals.
So you just want to punch people in the face.
Holidays, all the crap that everyone enjoys bores the life out of me. The only thing that keeps me mildly entertained is something which is so dangerous that I'm scared. I totally understand why people climb Mount Everest. I totally understand why people jump off tall buildings. And that's exactly the same reason I get in the ring. Because without it, I just live numb and bored all of the time. I could win 20 grand at casino tables. It's just me. So every single time in the up run to a fight, I think, why am I doing this? What am I risking my life for? What if I get a broken hand or a fractured skull or whatever? But I don't feel like I have a choice but to do it. It's just who I am. So I'm scared, but I'm ready.
Chad, who relates to that? I always assumed everybody was like that. And then all the same people that I would talk to when I was younger, they ended up getting jobs, 9 to 5, simple jobs, working in it all. Now, I don't mean simple. I don't mean to belittle it, but I just physically am incapable of doing that. I used to work in an office and I would fall asleep and I would watch podcasts, or I cannot focus on anything mundane, anything that you're supposed to do, anything that's not stimulating or challenging is just going to bore the living shit out of me, which is almost why I'm great.
Hey, yo, I'm not gonna lie, chat. When I be working, I be at work in my head. I steady think, oh, this shit is a scam. Like, they're scamming me out of my life force. They're scamming me out of my time. They're scamming me. Like every time I'm there, I just don't want to be there. Like, it is crazy. I ain't the only one like that. I know I ain't the only one like that. I'm probably one of only a few though that think like that. I know people are just want to go home, but they still don't think like, oh, like I deserve, like I don't think I'm a good fit to work for anybody. Like I'm not good. Like, and I feel like no matter where I work at or what I do, like I'm just not gonna want to work for somebody else. I just feel like I'm like shit is bullshit. And I see shit. I'm like, yo, these people making a lot of money, and I'm over here making pennies on the dollar.
Grateful that I got canceled so much and I'm banned off all these platforms because it just gives me another challenge. YouTube was starting to get easy, which let's be honest, it's an easy job overall, but conquering it the way that I was doing it was very challenging to figure out that formula, how to do it, and then getting canceled is like it's a whole new challenge. So yes, it's been like sometimes I've been a little bit stressed. I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. It's been hectic. All these people talking about me.
Shit, I'm trying to get good at YouTube. Shit, I need to come watch me, man. Come watch me.
People that I used to fuck with making hit piece videos about
Subscribe
me.
to the channel too.
Conquering a new website, going on Rumble, doing a whole new thing is just like, I appreciate the challenge because I get so bored when I get complacent. I constantly need something to overcome or else I go crazy. I need new challenges. I can never be complacent. I used to think at one point that I wanted to go sit at a beach house and just have a bunch of money and sit there and be calm and be collected and like just chill and stop working. That would bore me after 4 days. I think most men, you need to constantly work at something or else you go nuts. If you're not always striving for the next thing, if you don't have goals and ambitions, that's when you lose anything that makes you a man in the first place. And that's why I never want to retire mentally. I always want to keep going because I think I've understood that the constant grind is what makes you happy. You have to love what you're doing, and I can't love what.
Sneako over here talking bullshit. This man was making 100,000, 100 to 150,000 a month. He talking some dumb shit. Yeah, easy. Fuck out of here. I wish it was smooth something on cruise control like that, man.
They tell you to do.
David Rudder obviously is from France. He mixes it up. He does boxing, K1, Muay Thai, MMA. Basically, he's very versatile. He's built like a brick house, as you would say in the UK. possibly with too much muscle. So it's, I think, way slower than Andrew.
I know my upcoming opponent. I know quite a lot about him. I was with him on a reality TV show last year in Macedonia. He's a tough guy. He's a strong guy. At my level, everyone's tough, everyone's strong, everyone's game, everyone wants to fight. You know, you're not going to find anyone at my level who
Andrew gonna knock him out.
doesn't really want to fight and doesn't hit hard. That's not the way the game is. So yeah, he's got 2 arms and 2 legs. He can fight. I can fight.
The type of word in the chat, if you agree. I think that's why people fuck with my stream, is that everybody's on the same page about this. But I don't. This is not a collective mentality. I assumed everybody was like this, and then they just gave up. But there's some people who are really okay with the comfortable life.
His chat said Tate sleeves Jake. I think so personally. I think not even fight Jake. Like it with his campaign. I don't think like that's not. I know he's and he preaches being strong and masculine. But these guys just put on any clown suit that at the moment. Like just like he went to boxing because it was a thing. He stuck at boxing. But I feel like no matter where you go, like whatever, say Dancing with the Stars is gonna be hot next, and then they're all gonna start Dancing with the Stars. They just follow trends, bro. That shit don't make sense. Like to me, it don't make sense.
Not too big a believer in individualistic regimes or plans. You know, I do press ups, he does press ups. You know, I do running, he does running. Everyone does the same kind of thing. It comes down to the individual. It comes down to the brains of the individual and the attitude of the individual. It comes down to who wants it more, and it comes down to who lands the shot first. That's how it is. So I've trained hard. I'm sure he's trained hard, but I'm ready to fight.
Thanks, Sean Boner. You stopped watching MK Ultra on Netflix to watch this. Look at all these ones in the chat. A lot of like-minded people.
Hey, yo, chat, if y'all don't know about Rumble, get over here to Rumble, man. Go follow me on Rumble at PC203 on Rumble, man.
I've been to boxing gyms and I've met a lot of fighters, but I've never seen someone in person that clearly was born to do this besides Andrew and Tristan Tate. And specifically, I remember thinking this when we were sitting on Tate's Beach in the emergency meeting studio, and then Andrew was playing this war room meeting where he made people who joined the war room get in a cage with an actual cage fighter and fight it out. And the way, when he was playing this trailer, getting all these people to go and fight with an actual cage fighter. And you see him watching his own trailer, and he's just, you could see him in, like, he remembers being there. It's like you could clearly see that this guy was supposed to be a fighter. Jake Paul's in real trouble.
Like I said, he should not fight him. He should not fight him. It doesn't make sense. Like if you're trying to push, now you're part of it, you join Islam, you're trying to push a peaceful message, and I don't think it's beneficial towards where your message is going now. Like probably back then when you're on the platform or you were on all the platforms and stuff like that, but now I don't think you should. Let me know, chat. Put it in the chat or in the comments, man.
So you got Tater Jake.
We're here in St. Pancras International, just waiting for the train to go to Belgium. Haven't eaten in about 2 days and very, very nervous, so can't wait to get the weigh-in done, and then I can eat whatever I want. And then tomorrow I'll try and turn these nerves into anger, and it's fight time.
Looks like 50-50 Tate and Jake. I'll put 5K on it.
Damn, you just talking about Haram the. You were just talking about how it's Haram to gamble, and now he's talking about 5K on a fight.
I said 5 hours to weigh in.
I'm starving. Everything seems to take forever. I'm irritable. I'm annoyed. I want to eat now. It's been 2 days now, so I'm standing around for the last 30 minutes. Everyone's on the phone and doing stuff.
The force feeding bag is full of goodies for him. As soon as we weigh in, he can stuff his face.
Now I'm hungry. So.
Pull up in a Dodge Challenger Demon. Pull up in a Demon, oh God. Yo, his chat is stupid.
But the driver took us to the hotel and set it away, which ends in apparently 5-10 minutes. But the opponent hasn't weighed in yet, and also the official, the guy who's running the show, just making some phone calls to find out whether or not they can skip the weigh-in. Or perhaps weigh in tomorrow or not. So I don't really hungry overnight. Everything's up in the air. No one knows what's going on. Come on, we'll find out in the next 5 minutes.
Have you guys seen their fights before? I watched one of Tristan's fights, bro. It was always pretty empty, which really surprised me. I'm not sure why there wasn't a lot of attention on kickboxing, but UFC really took over. Dana did a great job of mobilizing all those sports and bringing it together. He pretty much created a new sport.
The problems with the weigh-in yesterday, weigh-ins are never straightforward because you're trying to cut so much weight.
Yeah, so I innovated, like, just the whole idea of MMA boxing or UFC boxing, like, it wasn't even as big as it was. Now it's like probably the most talked about sports in the world. It's not just like a basketball, football thing. This is all over the world. They're fighting in Dubai, they're fighting in London, they're fighting all over the world.
I had to lose 1.5 stone to make my fight weight. It's difficult because you don't want to cut too much because it's so hard as it is. So you can weigh yourself on certain scales at home and be on weight, and then when you get to their scales, you're not on weight. So usually I like to weigh myself on the scales that I'll be being weighed on to check, and if I am over, I can go for a run or something and sweat some weight out. But this time there was traffic and the driver took us to the wrong place and we arrived late, etc., etc., etc. So by the time I got to the weigh-in, I had to just weigh in, and I was a little bit over, which is usually a massive problem. But luckily, my opponent was a little bit over too, by about a pound and a half. So they let us slide. Otherwise, I would have been in a lot of trouble. So very fortunate. First time it's ever happened to me being overweight, but something I've been checked. So done it.
You see the way he looks? Like it's just what you're supposed to do. Even though this is challenging to him, it's still like, this is the mindset you need, I think. This is before he became a multimillionaire. He's probably 26 here. The dissatisfaction with this life, even though he's winning championships, even though he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, he's not satisfied at all. And a lot of people take this mind state and they call it depression. This is just somebody who's ambitious. He doesn't look like this anymore.
Hey, what's up? He looked like he's about to get shipped out to go to war. Like, yeah, they just called, we're going to war, we're going to whatever country we're going to. Like it's normal. I would think it'd be pretty nerve-wracking because he's the champ. Like, they're gonna take your belt.
Today we have the first Infusion Live event. That means we have 6 fights broadcasted live all over the world, and always one world title. And tonight we will have the 61 for women, and Fusion have both female as male divisions. And we are planning to have 10 events this year in 2013.
It's unique. It's got uniqueness about it. He's an intelligent fighter. What I noticed about him is he can change the trajectory. That's a hard word to say. Of a punch. He's a very intelligent, but he seems to he hits at strange angles that most fighters don't see it. And he's not the biggest punch, he's not the hardest puncher, but he's the most accurate.
Yeah, he's very precise, slick, fast, good movement, confidence.
He's good.
Cobra.
He's very good for tissue.
Yeah.
It's like that's how Ethan the Climb is saying it. Cobra.
The interesting thing about Andrew Tate is that he is a good fighter, but he has the American nationality as well. Most
What
of
does
the
that mean?
stand-up fighters from America do not have such a good level because
Damn, he's saying El America like we should tell like the best fighters come from America. What the fuck? I'm
most
confused.
of them go straight into MMA, and Andrew likes to do the kickboxing
Fight
style.
Lim
He's
Wars.
pretty good at it, and most of all, he's an attractive fighter to watch.
And Fusion like Tate as well, so we've got pump him up.
I think
They like him as a product.
this is a good platform for Andrew. I think he's the only person that really has got near enough a show based around it, which it is. So he's got a very good platform to launch himself into stardom that we believe he's capable.
Yeah. Also, they talk a lot about how important it is to have a masculine presence in your life, but you can see so far in this documentary how Tristan and Andrew having each other as brothers to support each other, working on the same thing, is one of the most beneficial things you can have to keep pushing yourself. A lot of people don't have that, or if you have a brother, you don't utilize that privilege.
Now that I've weighed in,
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, like me and my brother are nowhere near as close as him and his brother. Like they have like the pinnacle of like brother connection, brother their friendship. Like, and I know a lot of people kind of envy that, wish them and their brother were like that.
I feel a lot physically better, but I'm a lot closer to the fight, so mentally I'm a lot more nervous. Obviously there's a lot to think about. The problem is with this sport, it's not a team game. You can't rely on anyone else if you're having a bad day, and if you lose, you don't just lose, you lose and go to hospital. So it's very nerve-wracking. I think a lot of people underestimate exactly how scary this sport is. And the better you get at it, the more confidence people have. So you say things like, oh, I'm fighting someone really good. And they go, oh, don't worry, Tate, you're the best, you'll smash him. And it's like, yeah, it's easy for you to say. And thanks for the confidence. But I much appreciate when people are worried and concerned, because the better you get, the better are the people you fight. And the person I'm fighting has trained as hard as he could for the last 12 weeks and dedicated his life to beating me, just like I have dedicated mine to beating him. And, it's going to be a hard night. It's going to be a very hard night. And even if I make it look easy, trust me, it wasn't. And I'm really nervous about it. I'm really intimidated. So every fighter is different. Some fighters don't care. Some fighters are angry, and some fighters, it doesn't bother them, but we're all different. And I'm a thinker as a person.
Hey, yo, chat, why does Sneako shit like this? Why does he like what's wrong with him? Y'all see this? Tell Sneako in the chat.
I'm quite an intelligent individual, and unfortunately that means that I'm not ignorant enough to think I'm the best thing in the world. I know I'm fallible. I'm a human being, and I can break like everyone else. So
anybody who thinks fighters aren't nervous before they go into the ring and that they're all sort of Iron Man, so to speak, they're wrong. Fighters get really nervous, get scared. Obviously bad things can happen. Me and Andrew have both been at shows where people have died in the ring and been killed. So yeah, everyone has nerves, but the moment you get into the ring and the bell goes, it's like something else takes over. All the nerves disappear, they're out the window, and then it's fight time. And especially after the first 1 or 2 minutes, once you work out how the guy fights, you're confident in yourself if you're going to win or if it's going to be a hard day. So yeah, the nerves disappear very quickly.
Look how different it is, the fact that they're answering this question on a documentary versus a press conference. If it's a press conference and you know your opposition is watching, you're not going to be honest about the nerves. You're not going to show this level of vulnerability. This is why this is a really cool documentary. Them in the trenches in this basement in the middle of fucking cold Europe, probably making $3,000 each to go here, hungry. You might end up in a hospital. You might die.
No, I don't know. I think Sneako wrong about that because I think you can say that you're nervous. It's good. It's like a poker play. Like you're a good poker player. You're speaking this. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh, so the team or your ops would be like, all right, let me take advantage of this and let me come in and walk them down. And then that's when you just hit him with the sauce. You hit him with the sauce, back him up. So I mean, so you catch him off guard. He thinking that you extra scary, but you really been waiting for it.
Yeah, just getting more nervous. It's the same like if you have warriors before they go to war. You know, they start putting all the paint on and all the preparation, sharpening the tools or cleaning the weapons and so on and so on, or two pit bulls, you know, just before they get released, you can see them, lions, whatever, just keep on going left to right, because they can sense it, and then once you let them go, that's it. They do what they do, that's what they're trained for.
Imagine the nerves being here right now. You got to go in a cage with another guy trying to fucking kill you. And you don't leave till one of you loses.
He's scared you're going to be. He's scared he's going to be. Break the man's heart.
Hey yo, this how you listen. This how you know these niggas is super close. He's in the locker room, so they were together majority of their fights though. He's in the locker room talking to him about how he gonna beat him up, what he should do. He pep talk him to his victory, and I believe it's vice versa. This goes to show you like these motherfuckers close as fuck. Like I wish me and my brother was close like this shit.
He isn't going to touch that. He's not going to. Waiting slow.
It's just there, here. There. That's it. Those ones, 10 of those. You set them with a cross. You fast enough. You don't move from here up.
This is just some dingy ass. You see this is a little brick. This is how you know it wasn't that much sports because the facility, the building that they're in, look like it's not worth very much, or they didn't put a renovation to it. Like,
What's that much that you haven't got?
wasn't very much in money in these sports.
That's a good level of realistic motivation right there before the fight. What is it you got that you don't got? Nothing. Nothing.
W little bro in the chat, man. Tristan over here really hype W bro, W means, man.
For once, my chat's not skipping. Skip. Once, you guys are actually like, yeah, good. I like this. This is motivating me. Usually, when I watch shit like this, long form content, skip.
And will be contested over 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing to you firstly, fighting out of the blue corner. He brings an excellent record of 30 fights, 20.
Because they want that speed moment. The actual speed moment.
8 wins, 22 of those wins coming by way of PKO. With only 2 losses, he is representing the USA. Please welcome Andrew, the King Cobra, Tate! And opposing him, fighting out of the red corner, he brings a record of 31.
Tate knocked him out. Y'all already know. Tate knocked him out.
Round 1.
Shut up, chat.
Sneako over here smoking a cigar. Bro, you don't follow everything they do. Damn, they could leave some of the stuff for them. Shit.
3 rounds of action. Your judges have reached a unanimous decision. Your winner, fighting out of the blue corner from the USA, Andrew, the King Cobra, Tate!
The thing is, it was good that I was just marching and stuff like that. Enough time.
Told you took the W, man. I already told y'all.
He was making it very awkward. So he was very,
Yeah, it's not, you know, he was kind of
He knew he had to
hit
do
and
it.
he ducked, so.
Try certain tactics. It worked at times.
Listen, fucking, I hate you, respect my fucking life.
Is that bubbly water?
I won, but I thought shit, I could fight much better than that. I know I can. I wasn't at my best at all.
Look at that. He won. He's like, fuck, I could have done better. He looks the same in that pre-fight interview. This is boring. What's next? Keep going. You need this ambition to become successful.
And, I'm very self-critical. You know, I'm very hard on myself, so I'm not happy about that. It feels like a loss to me, to be honest.
Feels like a loss?
Feels as if I just lost. But
What?
still won, I guess.
Still won, I guess. All right, come
Yo, he's very critical of himself, like Sneako just said. But I think you gotta be this critical, even though you won. You know you gotta sharpen up things. Like, damn, I could have just lost by a little bit. Like that was too close to the how you say, like, to the corners or the chin or however you say it. It's crazy. You gotta have this though, for real.
Come on. You think he's capping for the camera?
That's what it is.
Well, everyone else liked it, so. No one else.
Why I think I fight. Do I enjoy it? No. Do I enjoy training? No. Do I enjoy cutting weight? No. Am I nervous? Yes. Do I think to myself, what am I doing? Yes. Completely. Unfortunately, it's one of those things you're either born with or you're not. And the only way I can explain it to try and make it make any sense is that if I'm not doing something which is either extremely difficult or extremely stressful,
you get bored.
I'm in a perpetual state of crippling boredom. I can't explain it. I see other people live their lives and they're like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend because I want to watch this movie. I think, who cares? You're looking forward to the weekend for a movie? Looking forward to the weekend to get drunk? Like, these things to me are so mundane. They mean...
Yo, I don't know how much times do I say this. Listen, if you go watch a movie on the weekend, you're gonna be drinking on the weekend, stuff like that. You gotta put in the work first. You like you said, like Sneako said, you a bot then. If you gotta put your beliefs, don't just go to work for somebody else and not go to work for yourself and do your little side hustle, do whatever you gotta do. Put out your TikToks, put out your clips, do whatever. You gotta do your research about the market, whatever. Make sure you put in the work first before you start celebrating. I've been saying this. You don't celebrate without putting in the work first. And I'm not talking about working your job for somebody else to make another man rich. I'm talking about the work for you to make the better your life.
Nothing. And if I don't fight, if I'm not in a situation where I'm
stressed or
concerned, I'm just perpetually bored. And boredom's crippling. If you're an intelligent person and you've got a good brain on your shoulders, you can't just sit there bored, you know? So most smart people take the academic route to avoid boredom. They learn, but that's never really interested me either. Although I've always been an intelligent guy and I've always done well academically, it never really interested me. And then I see people climb Mount Everest or jump off buildings or do base jumping, or the guy who jumped from space. People think, what's he doing? He's crazy. I understand, because some people can't live normal lives. Some people cannot just function 9 to 5 office job, get drunk at the weekends.
That's me. You talking about me? Can't.
That is not for some individuals, and it's not for me.
That's everybody, but they just push it out of you.
Nah, some people like
born.
that.
They make you go to school, they make you take pills, they tell you get this job, they put you in debt. They tell you that you're crazy, they tell you that you're wrong, they tell you that it's impossible. But everybody thinks like this when they're born. Nobody is born and says, I'm gonna be an accountant. And sorry to the accountants watching, nobody said that when you're a kid. Nobody said that they were gonna look for it. They said that they wanted to go reach the stars. They wanted to be astronauts. They wanted to be on stage.
So I have to find something which keeps me physically tired enough to stop me going AWOL, and mentally tired enough. And I've chosen fighting, because without this, when I'm not in training, I wake up every day and think, okay, what am I gonna do today? It's 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, I'm bored. Everyone's at work, I'm bored. And I'll end up doing something crazy. I'll either end up drunk or on the Eurostar, or, you know, it's just a random lifestyle, because I'm constantly looking for never-ending entertainment, and it doesn't exist. I think the only thing that could stop me fighting is if I had enough money to constantly entertain myself. Unless I'm a billionaire, I need something that keeps me focused and keeps me occupied in life. With fighting, I have to train twice a day, and I have to train hard, and the stress it brings in every aspect can replace fun, and my mind is occupied. It occupies me. It's the only way I can try and explain it. It occupies me, and I could never stop doing this even if I lost 100 fights. Because I'm not built to live a normal existence. I can't do it. I couldn't just have a kid with some girl and sit at home and work a little bit and relax. I've never relaxed in my entire life. I don't know what relaxing is. It's just not me.
It's a blessing and a curse. See the way he's looking down? You really need to have unmatched purse capacity but that's how you reach heights that nobody else can reach. That was a great documentary, Luke Shields.
How y'all feel about that, man? How y'all feel about Sneako? Because this is Sneako live right here, man. But we about to clock out for tonight, man. All right, chat. Y'all have a nice day, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow.